He definitely is going to regret it. Emmerdale spoilers follow. Emmerdale actor Joe Warren Plant has spoken about how his character Jacob Gallagher ties into the April Windsor disappearance storyline in his big upcoming episode tomorrow, January 2. The soap is set to air an episode away from the village in which Jacob does his first shift the A&E department. The drama kicks off when Jacob and Dr. Todd receive word that a stab victim is about to be stretchered in. In that moment she comes to Jacob and asks him what vital signs do they need to be looking out for. At first he is a little bit flustered, but he does eventually gain composure and tells Dr. Todd exactly what they need to be looking out for. He explains, "You do get the vibe that he is well prepared. It's just the struggles of keeping the pressure at bay and not letting it get to him really." But Jacob undermines himself and finds himself in hot water when he sees the stab victim's purse has a bank card with April's name on it. Automatically Jacob is hit with this shock and realization, and of course, April has been missing since Christmas Day, Plant continues. So I think at this point his cogs are turning and he's thinking about what the next step is, what he can do to help the situation. This is his impulsiveness coming out. I think he does know that if he makes this phone call he is breaking hospital protocol and confidentiality. But at the same time he's known Marlon all his life, and he knows the villagers are worried sick looking for April. So the fact that he has some information that Marlon could use is really the overriding factor at this moment in Jacob's mind. It does land him in a bit of trouble in the scenes to come. He definitely is going to regret it. Firstly, he gets a slap on the wrist from Dr. Todd, which Jacob does understand, but it was a spur of the moment and spontaneity is still taking control of him at the moment. Initially he tries to fight his corner and explain to Dr. Todd how everyone is worried and has been looking for her. But ultimately he does surrender to the fact he has messed up and what he has done. The actor who portrays Jacob Gallagher on Emmerdale has shed light on how his character becomes entangled in the gripping April Windsor disappearance storyline. Tomorrow's episode, January 2, promises an intense narrative that takes viewers away from the familiar village setting and into the high-stakes environment of an A&E department. Here, Jacob finds himself thrust into a whirlwind of responsibility, impulsive decisions, and unforeseen consequences. In this standalone episode, Jacob begins his first shift in the A&E department, marking a significant step in his personal and professional journey. However, the drama escalates when Jacob and Dr. Todd are informed that a stabbing victim is en route to the hospital. In that moment, Dr. Todd turns to Jacob and asks him about the vital signs they need to monitor. Warren Plant explains. At first, Jacob is flustered, understandably overwhelmed by the pressure of the situation, but he manages to collect himself and provide Dr. Todd with the necessary guidance. It's a moment that shows he's prepared for the role, despite the challenges of managing the pressure. This scene demonstrates Jacob's potential as a medical professional while also highlighting the internal struggles he faces. While he strives to maintain composure, the weight of the moment and the high stakes of the A&E setting test his resilience. The discovery that changes everything. The episode takes a dramatic turn when Jacob makes a shocking discovery. While attending to the stab victim, he notices a purse among the patient's belongings. Inside, he finds a bank card bearing April Windsor's name. Automatically, Jacob is hit with a wave of shock and realization. Warren Plant reveals. April has been missing since Christmas Day, and now he's faced with a clue that could potentially unravel the mystery of her disappearance. At this point, his mind is racing, trying to figure out the next step and how he can help. Jacob's impulsive nature takes over as he grapples with the ethical dilemma of his discovery. On the one hand, he's bound by hospital protocol and patient confidentiality. On the other, he's known Marlon Dingle, April's father, his entire life and is acutely aware of the anguish the village has endured since April went missing. This is his impulsiveness coming out, Warren Plant continues. He knows that making a phone call about this could breach hospital rules, but at the same time the thought of having information that could help Marlon and the villagers is overwhelming. It's this conflict that drives his actions and ultimately lands him in trouble. The fallout. Jacob's decision to share the information doesn't go unnoticed. Dr. Todd quickly reprimands him for breaking protocol, and Jacob finds himself in hot water. He definitely is going to regret it, Warren Plant says. Dr. Todd gives him a slap on the wrist, and Jacob's immediate reaction is to defend himself. He tries to explain that everyone in the village has been worried sick and searching for April. But deep down, he knows he's crossed a line. Jacob's impulsiveness and spontaneity, traits that have both helped and hindered him in the past, take center stage in these scenes. Despite his initial attempts to justify his actions, he ultimately accepts responsibility for his mistake. He does surrender to the fact that he's messed up. Warren Plant adds, "What he's done is wrong, and he knows it. But it's a powerful moment of growth for Jacob. It's a lesson in the importance of balancing instinct with responsibility, especially in high-pressure situations. A lesson in growth." This episode not only pushes Jacob to his limits but also offers a deeper insight into his character. Viewers will see him navigating a complex moral dilemma, torn between his personal connections and professional obligations. It's a storyline that resonates on multiple levels, exploring themes of loyalty, ethics, and the consequences of impulsive actions. For Jacob, this experience marks a turning point. It's a stark reminder of the challenges he faces as he embarks on his journey in the medical field. But it's also an opportunity for growth, as he learns to navigate the complexities of his dual roles as a friend and a professional. As the storyline unfolds, the repercussions of Jacob's actions will undoubtedly ripple through the village, adding another layer of tension to an already gripping narrative. With April's disappearance remaining at the forefront of everyone's minds, Jacob's discovery could be the key to unlocking the mystery, but at what cost? What's next for Jacob? The upcoming episode sets the stage for a dramatic chain of events that will test Jacob's resolve and character. As he faces the consequences of his actions, viewers will be left wondering how this experience will shape his future. Will he learn from his mistakes and grow stronger, or will the weight of his impulsiveness continue to haunt him?